Hi students, it's such a pleasure interacting with you. In this session, we are going to discuss about the career opportunities that are available in science stream. Like if you pass out, or if you are a science student, or if you're planning to take up science, what are the career scopes that you have available for yourself and you can opt for? But before going into the career aspect or the scopes of career, I want to make few things very clear to you, all students. The reason is we have a very wrong notion about career. We think career is a decision that we take. It's a very important decision that we make in our life. But students, I want to tell you that career is not a important decision only. It is that part of your life that you're gonna invest, which is gonna give you happiness, which is gonna give you a satisfaction, which is gonna make you feel that you are somebody. So it is that decision. So I just don't call it a mere decision, student. What I call it is, it's your life. So today in this session, we're gonna discuss about your life. Many of the people tell you that, if you do science, you can become doctor, you can become engineers, you can become architect, you can become a pharmaceutical person, you can do this, you can be a researcher. Students, whatever you take up in life, it's not a matter, because people who took up things, okay, who have done things in life, who have been somebody who's successful, they are people who did not think of the subjects they choose, who did not think of what will happen if they study this. They took up that because that gave them some sense of content. They were happy to do that. They enjoyed doing it, they loved doing it. So, students, if you have taken up science, it should not be because if you become a doctor, if you take up a career of a doctor, you are a person who is earning high scale salary, or your earning is good. You're becoming an engineer because your earning is good. Career decisions should not be made on the basis of salary packages. Okay? Because what is important is who you are. Who are you? What you can do in life. That is the most important thing of all. Students, over here, when you want to discuss this, I want to tell you only this much, that when you are taking a career decision, you should be listening to people around you who's giving you n number of suggestions, who are ready to tell you that do this, do that, my son is doing this, so he's doing well, you can also pursue this course. And you can hear your father saying, my friend's son or daughter is doing so well in this. You can hear them, you can listen to them. Yes, do listen. And do get some idea that what are the things that are available. But students, when we are talking about your career, it should be the decision that you should take on the basis of your personality trait. Now, every individual is different. So don't take up a decision or a hasty decision based on the two famous C's which I got. The two famous C's are comparison and competition. Don't compare yourself with others. Don't compare yourself with people who are doing it. Compare yourself with your own self. Try to understand who you are. Don't compete with others. Compete with yourself so that you can improvise. Now, you may be a very bright student who is aspiring to do a lot of things in life, who wants to be successful. But don't keep a set goal thinking that, okay, I will be somebody like him. Why don't we see students who are thinking of doing things like, I want to do this because this is who I am. So the whole motive of me coming and sitting in front of you is to make you understand that students, it is not about deciding on what others are doing. Don't think of the two C's. Don't think about what others are doing. Don't compare yourself. Don't compete with others. Don't do things to, please others. Don't please others. Because ultimately, it is your satisfaction which is going to give you success and happiness. That is what everybody is longing for. So, students, you must be thinking why I am discussing all this in a session in which I am supposed to tell you that what are the career options available in science. Students, take a decision not just for the sake of title. Take a decision on the basis of your talent, skill, aptitude, interest, your liking, your satisfaction. Students, it is a very, very important thing which you're going to decide now when you're going to take up science or commerce or arts. Take it up not on the basis of influence, not on the basis of persuasion. Take it on the basis of passion, love, craziness. Take it on the basis of that. Students, when we talk about career with science, the four most common things which I would hear from 99% of the students who are actually opting science, they would be wanting to either engineering or medical or architecture and pharmacy. These are the most common careers which are available, and these are very good careers. Now, how do we, get in? How do we crack the entrances? How do we make things happen for ourselves, for the aspirants? Many of you are there. There are lakhs of aspirants. Like, for example, out of 13 lakh students aspiring to be, an engineer after cracking IITs, JEE examination, or JEE advanced examination, or AI triple E, there will be only few, very few who will be getting into the colleges or IITs. So that does not mean that you're not worth it. That does not mean you're not potential. That does not mean you did not give your best. You gave your best. But that does not mean that you cannot do anything else. There are many other wide range of options that are available for you, which I will be discussing with you in the discussion ahead. Then we have medical aspirants. So these are students who are wanting to be doctors, medical professionals, who wants to be treating patients, who wants to serve the world by solving the problems of the diseases and the sicknesses, illnesses. So this is a very, very noble profession. So please do not make this as a career choice because you want to earn money. It is a very noble profession, student, and many things can be done in this area. So if you want to be a doctor just because you want to do something for your family and this, so it's not just that. It is beyond that. So when you make a career decision, it should be very clear that why you're doing it. Now, for example, aims. Out of 1 lakh students, there will be only 707 students who are actually getting into aims. So that is only 0.67% of the entire year entrance examination has seats available for itself. So this is the only thing that is available. Now, many of you will be sitting for it. Many of you are going to do it. So it is not that everybody can get in. So again, it does not mean it's the end of it. Many of the students get demotivated, demoralized, thinking that I'm not worth it, I could not do it, I could not fulfill it. Maybe you were not honest to yourself when you were taking that decision. When I say you are not honest to yourself, because I said your career decision should be based on your personality trait. It should be based on your personality trait, which will determine your aptitude and your skill. Now, just because somebody else wants to see you as a doctor, you decide to do medical, does not mean you're going to crack it. right? There has to be two forces. One is internal and external force that has to go hand in hand. Now, when I when I'm talking about these aspirants not being able to crack, okay, this is why I started this session with a bit of motivational boost, telling you that these are not the only four career options available. There are n number of career options available for all of you. Now, over here, you need to understand that if you want to become a medical practitioner, you are a person who has a background of science, who has a background of science with physics, chemistry, biology. Okay? Now, this has three levels of entrances: national, state, and university level. Now, national level entrances are NEET, that is known as NEET. Then you have AIPMT. These are all national level entrance exams. Then you have university level entrances, like BHU has its own, AMU has its own. Then you have your state level entrances. For example, West Bengal has WBJEE. Then you have MHTCET for Maharashtra. You had Comet K for Karnataka. So these are the entrances that you have to prepare for, that you should be sitting for pursuing medical in future. So these are for the government level colleges and universities. There are medical colleges which are available in your private sector as well. So you can also opt for private colleges in medical if you are interested. Then you have engineering. You can have physics, chemistry, mathematics as your core subjects in your plus 2, and you can also have computer science if you're interested in information technology sector. With this, again, you have three levels of entrances, which are national, university, and state level entrances. So this is something that you need to understand, that these are the basic areas which you need to have. Now students, there are few things which you have to understand when you are preparing for IIT JEE, JEE Advanced, AIEEE. These are national level exams in which lakhs and lakhs of students are appearing. So you have to give in your best. Best means you have to give in your 100%. You cannot compromise and saying, okay, I'll start from tomorrow. You cannot compromise by saying that not today, tomorrow. There's nothing like tomorrow when you are talking about career which you have passion with. Isaac Newton never waited till the apple fell. That okay, I will talk about this apple or think about how it fell on earth towards the earth tomorrow, because he did it then and there. So today he is Sir Isaac Newton. We don't call him Dr. Isaac Newton. We don't call him Engineer Isaac Newton. We call him Sir Isaac Newton. So this is why I said, students, do not take up career decisions longing for titles. Okay, so I said we're not going to discuss about the titles that you're wanting to take up. We're going to talk about your career, your life. Your career is your life. So Newton decided to make his life. So he is a very well and renowned physicist. He did not think that I will get this or I will become so and so, I'll become so popular. He did what he loved. He did what he was best at. He did what, had interested him. He worked on it. So this is something that you need to understand, students. This generation, your generation, always is misled. You know why it is so easy to mislead you? Why people can influence you by saying, you can also do this course or you can also do that course, and when you come back home and you say, okay, this is also a good course, why not to take up this? This is why I'm telling you, you need to learn, you need to understand, you need to identify You need to identify your aptitude, you need to identify your skill, you need to identify where your interest lies. Just don't take up a mere career decision. Okay? So, as we have already started with the career options that are available, I have already discussed medical, I've already discussed engineering. You also have architecture, which you can opt for. You have NATA exam, NATA, and you also need to have a background of physics, chemistry, and mathematics. You should be good with sketching and lines. So a bit of artistic. You need to be creative, you need to be imaginative. You need to have some basic knowledge of computer science so that you can understand the concept of CAD, which is computerized aided designing, so that you can create models on computer. Then you come to another course, which is pharmacy. Pharmacy is another very popular course which is taking a good interest in among the students. So pharmacy is very popular with BITS Pilani. You must have heard of this institute. It's very popular. It is Birla Institute of Technology, and in this you have to sit for an entrance. It's an entrance based course again. It is called BIT SAT. Okay, so you need to clear that for getting into colleges there. Then you have state level entrances examinations for pharmacy, which is conducted by UP government also, and all the other state governments as well, Maharashtra government. So that is again MHT, CET. These are the entrances. Now you have colleges which are offering pharmacy like Jamia, DU, and you have other colleges in South, in Bangalore. Christ has biotechnology. So there are other courses beyond medical, engineering, architecture, and pharmacy. There is a huge, there's a huge market for startups today. Everywhere here we hear it's startup, 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 startup. It's a very, very fascinating thing today, right? There's an ecosystem being built for startups. So you can be an innovator. I can tell you about a boy who did his plus 2 with science. His name is Mr. Amit Agarwal. He is one of our students. He's one of my students actually. So he was a science student. He scored 90s. Then he decided to take up BBA because he was wanting to he wanted to do something like startup. So he is one of the youngest youth entrepreneur of India, selected and awarded by India government, Skill India government. Why? Because he knew what he wanted to do. So science as a background does not mean you cannot do something else beyond the 4 defined courses. Okay? So there are many things that you can do. Today he is the youngest entrepreneur. India government is ready to fund him crores of rupees. There are researchers, I can tell you, there are startups in the research sector. There's a friend of mine who is a startup in research. So they are being funded by the government to come out with innovative ideas. So this is where the future of science is. It's not into just a profession or a job. It is a very different aspect. You can be an innovator, you can be a creator of your own patent. You can have your own product, which people will remember for ages, for years. Right? Then, if you talk about other career ranges that are there, options that are there within science are architecture, which we have already spoken about. Then you have agriculture, which we hardly think about, but for your information, this is one industry in India which is giving the highest GDP. Government spends a lot of fund and budget in the sector agriculture, and the best of products, okay, the best of harvests are actually exported out of India. We don't even get to taste the best of basmati rices that are actually produced in India. So we don't even know the smell or the taste of the basmati rice that is actually produced here. So this is what we need to This is what we need to understand, students. This is what you need to understand. You need to be one of a kind. You need to understand you are different, you are individual. You are an individual. You are not a person who is going to be, imitating someone. You have to be someone who is you yourself, right? Who is you yourself. So students, you have to be that. So like agriculture you can take up, you can also take up, there are institutes available in the research sector for agriculture. There are institutes which are offering courses in agriculture engineering, okay, food technology. So you can become a food technologist, you can become a biomedical practitioner, okay, biomedical engineer, who, like, things like pacemaker. How did it come? What is pacemaker? Who makes pacemaker? They are the people, biomedical engineers. Okay, so they make artificial body parts and organs for the human race to survive without the organ also. So this is a very very innovative field, right? So this is not a field where just mere study goes on, or you just have to read, write, submit, and that's done. No, it's not simply sitting and counting money. It is a daily active contribution to the society that you will be making on your day-to-day basis. You can become a researcher. Okay? You can be a researcher in any of the field of physics, chemistry, maths, computer, robotics. Okay? It's one of the most booming, interesting career that is, coming up now today. Robotics. A female robot has been created. She was wearing a sari and she was going around. So it's a huge area which you need to open your, eyes and see. You need to understand that there's so many things that are available around you, but you are ready to run a rat race. You are not ready to be an innovator, you're not ready to be a creator, you're not ready to take up something beyond that, but you're ready to run the rat race, get demotivated, and say that I am worthless. No, that is not what you are meant to do, students. You are meant to be who you are and do it. You have that one life. You have that one life to create a difference in the society, in the world, and create a space for yourself, leave behind a footprint. That is who you can be, students. So please don't think in a negative area. There is no space for negativity in our life, in your life. You are the future of this world. You are somebody who can make the biggest difference with a small change, with a small transformation, with a small idea that pops up in your head. Students, you can also take up career in BCA. It is a very very good, option that has come up now. A lot of job openings are there. It is kind of equivalent to BTech now, right? With computer science, with IT. So after MCA, almost TCS and big organizations are hiring, right? So start working on very very innovative line. Everything is coming up. There are apps which are supporting businesses. There are new websites, new ways of, platform being created, new games, new technologies. So much of computer science all around. So we are sitting and interacting with each other. This is also the help of computer science. If they didn't have to create this technology, do you think we would have been able to interact? No. So this is what is science all about. This is what a career in science can be. It's all about innovation, it's all about creation, it's all about excitement. It's not a monotonous life. You're doing something new every day, you're creating something new every day in your life. So this is how it is, right? So students, take up a career which is very very interesting, very very motivating, which gives you happiness, which gives you satisfaction, which makes you feel that yes, I have done something in my life. This is what I can be. This is what I was supposed to be. And this is what I had come here to be on this world, in this world. Sorry. This is what is all about career choice, student. It's not just a mere decision that we take. People say because you're good with communication, okay, so you can become a very good speaker. Not necessary. You may be a person who is more into making other people speak in front of the camera. It can be that you can be a good director, because a good director is a good actor himself. Okay, so there are so many things that you need to understand. Do things that you like, do things that you love. Okay, don't force yourself onto things which you are like not fond of. Don't do things which you don't want to do. Don't do things which are not interesting you. So this is a wonderful platform, okay, which you have chosen if you are a science student or you are planning to take up science or you are a science passer. It's a wonderful platform which you have chosen for yourself. Now, the platform that you have chosen, you need to take up the right train, which will take you to the right direction of your life or the right destination of your life. So, supposing you have to go to Pune and you have taken up a train which is actually going to drop you to UP from the same platform. Will that work? It will not work. It is not where you're supposed to go, or it is not what you are deciding yourself to do. It is something you're compromising. Now I will conclude with 3 C's. Do not compete with others, but compete with yourself. Do not complain. Okay? Do not complain, because maybe that entrance which you just missed out was not meant for you. You gave your best. That is all you could do. So do not complain. Think of the other thing. Think of the solution. Okay? Think of the other openings that are there for you, which you can do really well in. Think about the comparison with not others but yourself, so that you can improvise. Don't please others. Okay, I'm repeating, don't please others, but please yourself and satisfy yourself. That is most important. So there are a wide range of career options that are available. So I would like you to go onto the net, surf, learn about it more. I have given you some tips, some ideas, so that you can do some sort of a brainstorming for yourself, understand who you are and identify with the traits of your personality, and get to know what are the demands of those courses or career options that are there. Now everybody cannot like blood, so you cannot be a person with fear of blood and getting into medical. Yes, there are people who have overcome it, but there are people who may even shake at times, right? So you may be an engineer and you want to be an engineer, but you don't like even holding up a screw in your hand. That cannot happen. You have to be a person who likes playing with tools, who likes playing with everything. So check on your personality traits. This is very much important. So students, this was a wonderful opportunity for me, which was given to me by Toppr. Thank you, Toppr.com. It is a wonderful platform, and it's a wonderful platform for the students to learn, know about the subjects, learn about subjects and the career. So it's a wonderful work done by Toppr.com. And Inspiria is the college which I belong from. I am an assistant professor and a mentor. So students, whole idea behind this session of mine was to make you understand the motto that our college, our institution follows, that is, do what you love. We never force our students to do to do things which they don't like. We encourage them, we give them the whole of opening to do what they love. Like I spoke about Amit Agarwal, he is one of the students of ours, of Inspire Knowledge Campus, where we gave him the liberty to do what he loves. We did not force him to take up a product which he didn't want to work with. He invented and patented his own product. So this is what we do in Inspire Knowledge Campus. We make the students grow with the individual difference that they have. We don't make them imitate others. We don't make them do things which they don't like. We make them do things what they love. And we make them believe on who they are. This is what is Inspire Knowledge Campus all about. A wonderful place where we want to make people employable. Okay, now there are many people who have degrees, who have passed out and done a lot of things in life, but they are jobless. They're jobless because what is missing in them is skill. They're not skilled, right? So what we are doing at Inspiria is we are training students to be skilled. This is what is Inspiria all about, right? So this is what we would like you all also to do. We would like all the students of this country, the nation, to follow is follow your mind. Follow who you are. Be who you are and do what you love. Thank you for listening to me. Hope this session was really helpful to you. And for any kind of a query or thing, you can interact with us whenever you want. Right? We are always open to students as we love students. Thank you so much. Hope this session will help you. All the best.